about 30 years ago, maybe, I met this nice little lady from Nebraska.
You're hitting people. Stop.
Wish I wasn't this way. I had an old uncle that would cry to drop it a half an older I get, the more I get like it. But anyway, I had the opportunity to sell dispersal sale from my good friend Kim Parrish here in Georgia. And this nice little lady came down there from Nebraska and bought some horses. And I got to meet her. And we became friends. And shortly after that, I met her big, tall, handsome Nebraska farmer, cowboy husband. And we built a friendship that's lasted a long time. They were some of the principals that started the great Breeders' Classic sale over at Gordyville, so successful, along with other breeders. And so, you know, this is really an opportunity, and I would like for you to be introduced to some people that are good friends of mine and great horsemen. Carol and Dan McWhirter. Could y'all come in here, please? Well, that's all right. You know, I've thought about what I was going to say today, and I'm not a very good speech writer, but I will tell you this. Over the years, I've been selling horses to these people for 25 years, and I've been fortunate enough to work along with Vic, some of the other great people in the horse business, and we've sold some sales all around the country. And I will tell you this, the proof is in the pudding. You can recognize one of their horses before you ever see the catalog. The McWhirter horses have a look about them. And that's what you get when you deal with major breeders that know what they're doing. And this set of horses has got such a great set of concentrated genetics that it just reproduces itself, reproduces itself, reproduces itself. I'm not going to tell you that every one you get is going to be a great one. But as a general rule, you know, they all got that same look about them. And you can look at them when they come in the ring and you go, that's a McWhirter horse. And then you look at that pedigree and it'll be a McWhirter. Over the years, I've had the opportunity, I was off at sales and this, that, and the other, and Carol would call me and she would ask me to go look at a mare. And I'd go look at a mare, and she had a standard set of questions that she would ask me. What's her top line? How low are her hocks? Is she correct? Is she gentle disposition? Is she pretty headed? Is she well balanced? Does she have depth in her heart rate? And if I answered no to any of those questions, she would go, we don't want to buy her, regardless of pedigree or property. If they didn't fit, those horses didn't fit the criteria that was searched for and put together by the McWhirter outfit, they just had no use. So what we're going to tell you here today is a product of about 30 years of selecting the finest families and the finest individuals out of those finest families. And we're going to show you some very nice horses here today. And some of them. We've got one horse in the sale. He's got a reserve. That's the stallion. If we don't get the reserve man on him, they'd be happy to keep him and stand him. And we will tell you more about him when he comes in here. But I've been instructed to tell every one of these horses to come by, and that's what we're going to do. Now, is there anything you'd like to say, Carol? Well, you certainly can. She said she'd prefer to talk about her horses when they come in. So,
well, I have to tell you that I've been very blessed in this business myself to do business with people like the McWhirters for many years, and I don't know if, you know, Carol and I kind of established many years ago that we had kind of the same feeling about these things from an emotional standpoint and from a professional standpoint, and I've got to work for many of the leading breeders in this business, And I tried to come up with a common, which Alan just kind of told you, but one common thread, and it doesn't make any difference whether it's pleasure horses, reining horses, cutting horses. Now, you're going to find some horses that are very ill-made, that are phenomenal individuals. But the people that are on that leading breeders list, and the people that have been on it for years, have always been that confirmation conscious. Every one of them. And I've been to their places, I've looked at their mares, I've looked at the offspring, and what happens is a very famous horseman that some of you may know when I say this statement, I asked him how you got a horse with a hind leg as big as this horse he had. When I was a kid, I was about Jake's age, I was 20 or 21, and he said, well, son, he said, you get you a mare with a hind leg as big as a football, and you breed her to a stud with a hind leg as big as a football. So the breeding is important because it helps reproduce what you see. But what's happened is they have also consciously and constantly bought the confirmation to go with the bloodlines to ensure that your chances are as good as they're up. And I went through all these horses last night and today, and conformationally, you will not find a dispersal anywhere with the balance. And of course, like I said, Carol and I talked about that for a long time, and we were a few years ago on a little in a little seminar where we talked about that, and that's why they have so many like that, because sometimes you get one that isn't, but they didn't stay a part of their program. And so they've added that breeding to increase the that good bloodline to increase their percentages of reproducing what you see. And I think today, you've probably seen them too, but just an absolute fabulous bunch of horses from a conformation standpoint. And I know that they are going to sell them, and you can buy some really great horses with a lot of confidence.
There's one more thing I'd like to mention. It's been my opportunity to sell these sales along with you. And, I had the opportunity to go watch Mr. D.L. Phillips at his dispersal, weekend, Bob Perry, and you see the product going down a year or two later. You go, you see somebody win something big, and you go, where'd you get that? Well, I bought a mare out of the Perry dispersal, or I bought a mare out of the D.L. Phillips dispersal, or I bought a whatever. And so, when you buy horses from serious people, you're buying concentrated genetics. And if you'll take an put it to work for you, it will work. A lot of times it will work. I don't want to spend any more time talking about it. I guess it's time to sell horses. Here's my man, Daniel Jr. McWhirter. He has worked as hard as anybody ever saw. Yeah, you made it look like you were working. No, he didn't work. He was down on his hands and knees in here last night with a shovel digging holes. But, that's what it really worked. I'm going to introduce the ring crew to you now. We've got the best of guys there is in the business. Y'all, let's go and step right out here. If we get a picture of these guys, come on, step right out there. You want to get out there with them? You want to get up here with me? On the left, here's my son, Jake Parker from Plant City, Florida. This is Jim Sappho from Missouri, James Grant from Texas, and Clint Minshew from Texas. And they are the best in the business, and we are glad to have them here. The rest of our ring crew are back there in the back, and I want to get a picture of them also. You guys stand up. Shane Watson and Nelson Otero are working the ring there on the phone bank back there. And we're glad to have them here. I'll introduce my friend right here on the right who needs no introduction. Vic Clark. I've had the pleasure to work with him all over the country, and I give this speech every time, and it amazes me. This guy's been going to horse sales since he was 10, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old with his daddy. He's got every catalog from every sale that he ever went to in his life stored in his attic. And if he runs across a family or something and he don't remember or don't know about it, he'll go get his catalog out, stick it back in his brain. He knows more about quarter horse pedigree than anybody on the planet. We're glad to have him here today. He's going to be making the commentary. Now I'm going to introduce you to the next superstar quarter horse auctioneer. My friend Scotty Roberts. He's from South Georgia, and a lot of you probably have never heard of him. But when you get through here today, you'll have the same appreciation for him that I have. You'll hear a lot more about this guy. He is an up-and-coming star in our business. I would like to mention to you that we would need for you to make yourself familiar with the terms and conditions as printed in the front of your catalog. Those are the rules and regulations we're going to go by. And tells you what your rights and privileges and the guidelines that we're going to abide by. So please familiarize yourself with those. We do have the sales being broadcast over proxy bid. Gabe is here from proxy bid, and over here on the right, he's broadcasting the sale for us today. We have a tremendous amount of people signed up to bid online, as well as we have a tremendous amount of people that are calling in to bid. So I just want to warn you in front that we may have to go a little slow because we got people on the internet and on the phone on just about 80% of these horses. Running the choke horse for us today is my good friend, one of the best cowboys in America, Dennis Parker. He's going to run the choke horse for us. And I think that's all we got to say. If I forgot anything, I guess it's time to go.